Hello everyone, this is Michelle at michellesizemore.com with one L in my first name. I'm a Creative Memories Advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this patchwork quilt border with rickrack using the Creative Memories Croptoberfest 2024 collection. I also added some brown cardstock, and I think the orange cardstock came in the pack. So the first thing I want to show you how to do is how to get your strips for the patchwork. Okay, I have pre-cut these, but I'm going to demonstrate how I did it. We used 3 different patterns. So I used this one, and this one, and this one. So basically, I'm going to grab my trimmer, and it has the straight blade in it. I want to cut a strip that is 1 inch wide. So I'm going to place my paper on this 1 inch mark right there and follow this grid line all the way down. Make sure it's straight at the top. Actually, I'm going to open my arm to help me keep it straight. Make sure my little foot is flipped open. That helps to keep all of this level. And that gives me a little extra measuring space to keep things straight. So I'm going to line it up at the 1 inch mark right there. Follow the grid line. Make sure it's straight at the top and close it and cut a strip that's 1 inch wide. Then I'm going to flip it this way and just cut a lot of pieces that are 2 inches long. So just cut those, put it at the 2 inch mark, make sure it's straight at the top. You get the idea. And then I would go all the way down, and then I would do the same thing with this paper and this paper. Just get lots of 2 by 1 inch strips. Okay, I'm going to move these aside just a little bit for the moment. And I need just a piece of beige or any color cardstock, really, just a skinny strip of that to mount these onto. So I need to grab that. Give me just a second. I was not completely prepared with that. Here we go. Okay, here's the beige. So I want to cut about a 3/4 of an inch strip, or just slightly, let's just do slightly less than an inch. Okay, a skinny strip like that. And set this aside. Now I want to mount these onto this strip in alternating colors. So let's start just like this, orange plaid and the other one. So what I'm going to do is really just put my tape runner on here, and I'm going to be very liberal with it. Put lots and lots of it because I really want these to stick down. So I'm going to just sort of center it up and put it on here so it hangs off of both sides, and press it down. And then do that with all of these, and just butt them up against each other so none of the cardstock below shows. And just alternate the 3 different colors. Okay. I really like this pack. I think the colors are a lot of fun. They're kind of a little bit bright, but really kind of rich too. I like them. Okay, and it doesn't really matter if this is upside or down. I mean, I do try to make them, but by the time you get your rickrack on there, you really can't see what's on here. I do try to make them go in the same direction, but honestly, it just doesn't matter. And we're almost over halfway done. And I love the texture of this gold one. I've been using it a lot today. I love it on different videos and things. Okay. And it's okay to actually overlap them a little bit just so that that beige doesn't show through. Okay, now I'm just gonna rub this all the way down and make it stick. I could have actually made this strip a little bit wider too. In fact, I probably should have. So maybe make it like 1.25 inches wide, but it's fine the way it is. Now, what I want to do, because this isn't perfectly straight, I want to take my 12-inch trimmer and just cut it so that it's straight. And this is the straightest edge, so I'm gonna try to line it pretty well. Well, no, yeah, with a grid line here. And my blade is gonna come down on this left-hand side dotted line. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my guide and just make sure, yeah, we're good there. So I'm going to cut. Now I'm gonna go really slow because these were mounted down with adhesive, so they're not completely attached on the ends. So I just want to be gentle with it. And then I'm just going, those are just sort of going to fall off, and we can throw those away or use them for confetti or something. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Now let me put some tape on there. This fell off. It didn't have that much to adhere to on that end, and it didn't cut very well either. Okay, so let's line this back up here. There we go. Now, okay, I'm just going to leave this off and go back and piece that back together. So since these are all uneven, I really want to get them to where they're even. And I'm going to line them up pretty close to that edge of this rubber mat. They're not going to line up perfect though, because they're not all even. So now I'm going to, and make sure this follows that grid line all the way down, and it does. So now I'm going to very gently, slowly cut here. Okay. Now I'm very happy with that. It looks like it's a straight line on both sides. I just need to patch that little edge up with that gold paper, which I will. Get all this off. And the problem is it just doesn't have that much to adhere to because that's the end of the paper. So it kind of keeps coming off. I'm going to add a little extra tape runner on there and kind of overlap it a little bit. Okay. I'm going to line up the left-hand side so it's straight on the left-hand side. And then I'll just use my scissors. There we go. So I'm very happy with that. Now I'm going to cut 2 rickrack pieces with the border maker system. Get that out of the way. Okay, here's the paper holder, cartridge holder, and the rickrack border maker cartridge. So I'm going to put it in with the metal pieces sticking out. And I want to cut a piece of brown. Use a scrap piece. Open my tray holder, open the magnetic arm, put my cardstock in, and close it, and put my tray holder back in underneath, pop it back in place, and it cuts 2 strips of rickrack. I only need 1 for this, but I'll keep the other one for another border. Okay, and then I need to cut an orange one. I'm not sure what this color cardstock is called, but I really like it. It's not too bright and not too dull. I like it, but it came with the Croptoberfest 2024 collection. So I'm going to put this in here and line it up with the edges of the tray holder, just like I did before, and then cut orange. And move all that aside. And then I'm going to take my micro scissors and just clean it up down here at the bottom. I just need one strip of the orange and one strip of the brown. I'm going to just clean that little edge off there. This edge is fine, and this one needs it as well. Okay, now I'm going to grab my silicone mat. Okay, and put some tape runner on the back of each one of these rickrack pieces, and I'm using my repositionable tape runner. Just hold it gently and try to get some dabs all the way down. And I'm going to put one here. This makes me think of a fall quilt. For some reason that wasn't, oh, I know why it's not long enough, because that, this thing was too long because of that extra piece I added. Now I'm going to put some tape runner on the back of this, and again, it's repositionable. And the great thing about using this silicone mat is the excess does not stick to it, it repels it. And then I'm going to add the brown. I love it. Okay, and I'm almost done. Now what I need to do is just cut 2 strips with the Deckle Blade. That's the yellow blade. And I need to just cut 2 skinny strips. They don't have to be exactly a certain size. It just needs to be wide enough to get this look and then have enough to tuck underneath. So I'm going to cut about a little bit over 1/4 inch, but not quite a half. And then I'm going to cut another one. It'll be fine that this next one is 2-sided deckle, because one side is going to go underneath. You really only need one deckle side, but that's fine. And now I'm going to put my repositionable tape runner. Well, I just need it on one edge. And place this here. The sticky side is, yeah, this side. And I'm going to just do a little bit of that brown stick out past. And again, I'm going to cut this off and put some tape runner on the back here. Repositionable tape runner. And do the same thing on this other side. Start here, make it even here, because I'm going to cut off that other end, and then just rub it to make it stick. And then just take your scissors, I'm going to use my regular scissors, and crop this off from the bottom where I can see it better to make it even. You could do this on your trimmer too, but I think scissors are fine. And there you go, you have your border. I love it. So this ended up being a little wider than this one, just because I cut my strips a little wider, but that's fine. This would be great as a side border. Let me grab this to a page. I love these Spargo pages. So I would probably do this as a side border here and do it on each side, like, you know, here. And then another one the same size over here. You could do it at the bottom if you wanted, or at the top. But I just think it's pretty. I love it. I love the fall colors. I love the Croptoberfest 2024 collection. And I really like this rickrack. It really does make it look like a homemade piece, patchwork quilt idea. Thanks for watching my video, and hope you guys have a wonderful day.